Canton, Mass, John O'Keefe's residence.
I'm sure everybody knew that I would address this, but this is the original video, and as you can tell, the new video looks like this. It is much darker, and now it is even more altered than it was before. Can you imagine that? Let us just take this in for a moment. This is the original video, and you can see the blur spots. I will highlight them later in the video, but this is how it originally looked, and you can see that the video was altered originally. Now this is the new video that you can still tell that it has been altered, but they've adjusted the color of the video to make it not as obvious. See the two circles? That is where the video was previously altered. Here is an outline of the new video. Now this is side by side, the old video and the new video. Take a quick look at how far that hangs over. Now if you pay attention to this spot right here, I will show you what mostly that is. That is mostly the turn signal light. See how far over that sticks out? Now, side by side, you can tell where they added the blur spot wasn't even necessary because that was just the turn signal light. But since they didn't really pay attention, they added two blur spots. This is the bottom blur.
At some point were attempts made in and around your brother's house, the driveway, the walkway, things of that nature, as far as snow removal was concerned?
At one point, other than me shoveling, Patrick's friend's father came with a snowblower. I'm assuming that's the father of Patrick's friend, but I'm not sure.
So fair to say this was later in the day after you were out there shoveling and after the defendant had left the house, is that correct?
Yes.
With regard to that particular day of January 29th, do you recall any law enforcement, whether they be PD or state police, coming to the house while you were there that day?
Not on the 29th, no.
During the course of clearing the driveway out as far as snow or ice, what, if anything, did you observe as far as beyond just sort of snow and ice? Were there any sort of other items within the driveway that you recall seeing, or?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And Ms. Gilman, if you could just play this video to me.
And if you're wondering where the taillight evidence could have went after she struck John O'Keefe's car at 5:08 a.m. in the morning of the 29th, this is what happened to it. He just snow blows the whole driveway. Of course, you can't blame him because nobody knew that there could possibly be taillight pieces there, but still, it's gone. Maybe if they would have at least searched that day for it, maybe some pieces would have been found, but after this, it's long gone.
Mr. O'Keefe, what's up on the screen right now, is that essentially what the driveway looked like at the end of sort of the snow blowing and the shoveling and snow removal that day?
Yes.
So basically, any evidence that was in the driveway is long gone. I wonder whichever direction he snow blowed it, could it be found somewhere in the yard or the other side of the fence? Let's switch gears and talk about the taillight again with the salt. Now, Canton, in fact, uses salt on their roads when they plow. And when you drive on a salted road with snow, it gets all over the back of your vehicle. Karen's car and the Sallyport pictures have salt all over the back of it. Now, even if there was no salt, it would still have water inside of the taillight. And once that water melted, it would leave water spots similar to those. There is no question about it. if there was moisture falling from the sky and collected on the back of Karen's car and it melted, it would leave water spots. This is a picture from the sally port of the rear of Karen's SUV. Notice all of the salt spray and water spots on the back of it. The whole taillight inside would look the same way. There is no possible way that it wouldn't unless the lens was broken out inside of the sally port where it was dry. Now this is a close-up picture of the rear of her car. On the black portions you can see water spots. Notice if you look up into the taillight, it is crystal clean. There is absolutely no spots, meaning there was no snow inside of that taillight. More importantly, there's no salt spray inside of that taillight. Another view of the rear of her vehicle. Look at the water spots. It's right there. And there is none in the taillight. This is for the people that keep saying they don't use salt in Canton. That is a snowplow in the right corner going across the top of the screen. Now when it gets over here to the left side of the screen, that is a snowplow with a salt hopper on the back and a salt spreader. They are laying down salt as they are plowing, which they do in all states that has snow.
See a car to the left?
Yes.
Do you know whose car that is?
Yes, that's Miss Reed's.
Is that where you left it the night before? Those early morning hours when you drove to Mr. O'Keefe's house?
Yes.
I want to show you it's been marked as Exhibit 11. Correct.
One more time, I cannot believe they are showing this altered video to the whole world, and it has been re-altered again. It is much darker now. Makes no sense why they would think that people don't see what they are doing. Is it just that they don't care? This is the original 2022. Look how light it is and vivid the colors seem to be. Now this is the new one. Much darker and obviously altered again.